Other than just the 5 caged forms of chords, C-A-G-E-D, another grouping of chords can be used if you have what's called a cut capo. A cut capo. Now, let me kind of just describe to you what a cut capo does, because there's a bunch of different ones, and you actually don't even need a special capo to do this, as I'm going to show you. But a regular capo clamps down the entire width of the fretboard like this. And so it capos all 6 strings. Well, what a cut capo does, it only capos 3 out of the 6 strings. And the 3 strings that it will capo is, or are, these 3 strings. It's the A, D, and the G string. And it leaves the E, B, and this high E string open. So when you use a capo like this, you get kind of this cool voicing that sounds, it has a unique sound to it. You'll have to kind of hear it once you get it. But if you don't have a cut capo of your own, they sell these. Kaiser makes them. There's other companies that probably make it. There's a way you can use a cut capo without having to buy one. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to get rid of this picture real quick and put up this one. There you go. So here's the guitar, and you just use the regular capo backwards, and this part is what goes on the back of the neck normally, and all you have to do is use that on the front. Now let me give you a couple tips about this. One, you want to make sure that the rubber on this capo is not touching this E string or this B string. So you got to get it right in the middle. And so the cut capo that you buy is a little narrower, so it fits easier. But if you don't want to spend that, you can just be a little more precise in how you place it. The second advice I want to give you is when you put this capo down, don't put it in between the 2 frets, but put it actually on top of the frets. So you're actually pinching the strings against this metal fret. If not, you're going to find that these 3 strings are going to go sharp because there's so much spring tension that it's just going to bend them sharp. So that's what you want to do. Okay, and the other thing, let me get rid of this picture, that you'll need to know is when you're using a capo, at least for the chords that I'm going to show you, it's going to put you in the key of E. Key of E. So you already learned, if you watched my other videos on numbered chord forms, there's one in the key of E. So this is another one that puts you in the key of E, but you're using this cut capo. However, using a second capo, you can play this using this cut capo in any key. Let me show you what I mean. Let me put this up again. Okay, so here we go. You remember you put the cut capo right here, and that puts you in the key of E because you're playing these open strings along with it. So if you want to use this in a different key, let's say you want to play it in the key of G, you can use the same thing. However, remember, you would have to shift everything up because the distance between E and G is 3 steps. So everything would go up 3 steps. So this capo is going to go 1, 2, 3. Now it's going to be capoed here, like that. But you'll also need to move these open strings, open notes up 3 frets. And so in order to do that, you would just put a regular capo 1, 2, 3 here, and you would fret this. So if you were to do this, you got a regular capo, you got a second capo, a cut capo, or a second capo backwards. Then you can apply these chords that I'm about to show you, and you will be using this cut capo voicing of chords, which once again, once you hear it, you'll see why you might want to go through the trouble of using two capos, even though it might look a little funny. The voicing that you get sounds really cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put up a sheet that shows you the numbered chords using this cut capo method in the open position, and then you can just use a secondary capo and just move it up and down the neck to be able to put it in any key. So here we go. Let me erase all these. Let me take this picture off, and there you go. So once again, let me just show you. This represents the cut capo. It's there for all 7 chords. These X's once again represent the times when you don't want this low E string to be played or ringing. But remember, 1, 4, 5 are the most important and most used. 6 is probably the next. And then these are the other 3 chords that you're going to encounter.